So in this tutorial, we're going to go over how to plot a box plot, a histogram, and a scatter plot. So we can start off by librarying in Tidyverse. And you can see here it checked our boxes and Tidyverse is checked. Now we can come back out to here and we can go back down a line. Now we're going to define our data frame, which in this case just going to be mtcars, the built-in data frame. And when we come into here, we can see what the built-in data frame provides us. Now we're going to start off with the box plot. To do this, the function is simply just box plot, and we can pass through parentheses. Now you can see the first variable it's asking for is x, but here we're going to do miles per gallon and CYL. We can see here miles per gallon and cylinder. Next, we're going to do data equals df, and now we can start defining some of the extra variables. So color here is going to be orange. Let's label the x-axis CYL. We can label the y-axis MPG. And we can label the whole thing MPG by CYL. We can run this here, and we now have our box plot by cylinders. This relationship is basically showing that the less cylinders you have, the more miles per gallon you're getting. And we can see it's grouped by cylinders of 4, 6, and 8, as it would be here. Now, next, we're going to go down and define our histogram. Now, for a histogram, we're going to start off by defining hist, and now we're going to go for data and MPG. You can use this $sign to index a singular column, and in this case, we're indexing miles per gallon. So we're going to do breaks equals 10. If you're familiar with Python, this is essentially the same as saying bins, and that just decides how granular you want your histogram to be. Color is going to be blue, so col equals blue. And we can define a border here, and I just want it to be black. That way we can have an outline around each pillar. Xlab is going to be MPG, the X label, and our main label is going to be MPG distribution. Now we can see here we have our histogram. Despite not having an even distribution, we could see how we have our black borders and each pillar is blue. And we could change this to anything we'd like. For example, if we want red, we now have a red histogram. Lastly, we're going to cover the scatter plot. With the scatter plot, we're going to need an X and a Y variable. So in this case, we're going to index horsepower, and we're also going to index miles per gallon. Now we can now define our color, once again to red and lowercase. And now we're going to use this PCH function, and we're going to set it to 16. We can now label HP, and Y label is going to be MPG. And the whole graph, we can name it HP versus MPG. And now we have our scatter plot here. So you can see each point is essentially labeling where the car would be. So for example, this car, 27 miles per gallon, and it's approximately, we could say maybe like 80, 90 horsepower. Now that's a very soft introduction to 3 statistical plots that you may find useful, and there are other ways to do so, and we'll cover those in a later video.